Alright, hi everyone. Shall we start with a warm-up? So, we're going to start by just doing high knees to start with. And then we're going to try do some different moves after that, but just follow along with what I say and I'll let you know what we're doing. So, high knee running. And then can we do some straight jumps? And back to high knee running. And straight jumps. Try get your hands up by your ears. I'm a bit tall. And high knees. And then this time, can we do some star jumps? And high knees. And then let's do a normal jog. Okay, star jumps. And running. And star jumps. And running. And high knees. And then can you try do heel flicks? And high knees. And heel flicks. And high knees. And we're going to do jumping jacks. And then a tuck jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tuck jump. Keep doing that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a tuck jump. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and tuck jump. Alright, we're going to get on with some stretching. So, alright, let's sit down in a nice straddle. And we'll stretch up. And we'll reach towards one toe. And stretch up. And reach towards the other toe. And stretch up. And we're going to try reach all the way down the middle. Make sure you've got your toes pointed. Okay, this time we're going to put one arm on across, one arm over, and go all the way over to the other side. And up, and one arm under, and over to the other side. And hands up, and you're going to touch both toes and go down the middle. You keep going, I'm just switching. Okay, we're going to get our legs together, toes pointed, and then we're going to flex our toes up to the ceiling, try and get your ankles off the floor, and point your toes down to the floor, and up to the ceiling, and can we go one up, one down, and the other way, and the other way, and then both down to the floor. We're going to circle our arms around, and around, and touch our toes, and then flex your toes up to the ceiling, and you're going to try hold on to the end of your toes. Try keep your head down. Okay, should we sit in butterfly? flap your wings. And then we're going to try press both legs down to the floor. And then we're going to touch our nose to our feet. And stretch up and try get our tummy to our feet. Okay, and then can we put one leg over the other and start circling one ankle? And circle the other way. Okay, and then try write your name with one foot. And then try do it with the other foot. And then we're going to and circle the other wrist. And then do a big wave. And then try write your name with one hand. And write your name with the other hand. That's it. All right. Can we look one way with our head? And look the other way with our head. And look all the way up. And look all the way down. And then line our tummies in a seal position. Like this. And stretch back. And push back into a snail. Try get your armpits to touch the floor. And then stretch forward into our seal position and look back. And then try get your feet to touch your head if you can. And then can you just do one leg and try get one leg to touch your head? And then swap and try do the other leg. Okay, and let's do some shoulders. So we're going to put one arm across our body and stretch this way. And then pop the other arm across and pull this way. And then one arm over the top of your head and try pull your arm down. And then pull down the other way. Okay, and then if you grab your arms behind you, you're going to try pull your arms up as high as you can. Okay, and then can you try swing your arms in front of you and then push them back like this. Keep them straight the whole time. So cross over at the front and then try touch at the back. If you can clap your hands at the back, you can try do that too. And then we're going to stand up in a straddle. We're going to stretch up and then try touch the floor. And then stretch up and try touch the floor. And we're going to try stretch all the way through our legs too. If we can, try turn your hands this way and try touch the floor between your legs and try pull all the way through. This one should really hurt the back of your legs if you're pulling all the way through. Okay, and stretch down to touch one toe. And then try touch the other toe. And then you're going to put one hand on one toe and try stretch the other hand to the middle. And then both hands in the middle. And over the other way. And then we're going to put one hand on one hip and go all the way over the top. And one hand on the other hip and all the way over the top. Sit, and then can you try to get a flat back? And then touch both toes. And then back to a flat back. And touch both toes. Okay, is everyone feeling nice and stretched and ready to go? So, today we are working first on some of our leaps, and then we're going to do some spins, and then we're going to do landings. So all this stuff is stuff that's going to be really handy when we get back to gym and we can go on the beams again, because this is the stuff we'll use on the beams, okay? So we're doing this because I've hurt my wrist a little bit, so I can't do a lot of stuff putting my hands on the floor, but we might do some of that stuff, but I just won't be able to be an example, and I just won't be able to show you it because I'm hurting a little bit. But first we're going to start with our leaps. So, to start with, we're going to do our chassé steps. We should all have practiced our chassé steps before, but we're going to start by doing a chassé step, so one leg in front, and you do 2 little gallops on one leg, and that's one chassé step. So, you can do 2 on one leg, and then you do 2 on the other leg. Can we all give that a go? If we can do them nice and easy, you've got to try and make them higher and higher. So go high as you can go. So 2 on one leg, and you can try to do 2 on the other leg if you can. Once we've tried to do our chassé steps and nailed them, we can try and move on to a cat leap. So our cat leap, we're going to step, or we can chassé in a minute, but then you're going to step and then bring both knees up really high. We're going to make sure our arms are out to the side, so we can step and knees up really high. Okay, so with a chassé, it's going to be a chassé and then knees up. Can we give that a go? Make sure when your knees come up, both your toes are pointed towards the floor. So toes are down towards the floor. So we're going to step and then toes towards the floor. If you can try to do it on that leg, on your badge schemes that we work on, it says you've got to be able to do it on both legs. So you've got to try start on the other leg, so you step on the other leg and try to do it on the other leg too. So you've got to be able to do it on both legs. So step, cat leap, and then on the other leg, it's a step, cat leap, okay? If we can do that, the next thing you can try do is a cat leap half turn. So with this one, you can step, your knees are going to come up again, but while your knees are coming up, they're going to turn, and you're going to end facing the other way. So you can step, cat leap, and turn. With this, when we're turning, we should try circle our arms as well. So your arms are going to come in as you're turning and go around. So it's going to look like a cat leap, half turn. Okay, can we all give that one a go? See if you can do the half turn with it as well. If you can do that, the next thing you could try do is make it into a sequence. So you could try do a normal cat leap, and then after step out and do your cat leap half turn. Okay, so that you might need a little bit more space, but you can step, cat leap, half turn, and join them together. And then the really hard one after that, which you could give a go, is a cat leap full turn. So again, your arms are going to circle in and you're going to turn as your knees are coming up. So you're going to cat leap and turn all the way round. Okay? So step, turn all the way round. Again, you can try, if you've got more room than I do, you can try put all of those together. So do a step, cat leap, half turn, do a turn around and do a step, cat leap, full turn. Okay, so that's a really nice sequence that you could make. The next leap we're going to practice is a scissor leap. So if you step out on one foot, both your legs are going to come in front of you, but staying really straight. So you're going to step and kick and both legs come up and go really straight. So step, 1, 2. Arms are out to the side again, pretty much all your leaps, your arms are out to the side. So we step and straight legs. The aim is to try and get your legs as high as you can go, but even if they can only come to here, that's still really good. We're still getting the technique, and all we need to do is then work on making it higher and higher. So we step and kick, kick. It's more important that you get both your feet off the ground and your legs staying straight than you getting high. So I'd rather you did it nice and low, but your legs stayed super straight the whole time, okay? So let's do it one last time. Step, kick, kick. Well done. Right. The next one we're going to practice is probably the most common one you see on the floor and on the beam. We're going to do a split leap, okay? So for this one, the most important thing again is for us to keep our legs super, super straight. So we're going to try step, and then you're going to kick, and both legs are going to try stay straight. Even if you can only do a baby one, step, and both legs go straight. If we're getting it higher, it might look a little bit higher like that. But just try, most importantly, to lock both legs in straight. So your knees lock in and your back knee locks in, so both your legs are going as straight as you can go. So step and kick your legs straight. If you can try on this one to land on one leg without putting this back leg down straight away, that's really nice, because then in a sequence again, we could link it together and maybe go straight into a balance. So we could go step, split leap, and then straight into an arabesque. So you could give that a go if you want. Step, split leap, and arabesque. But you need a lot of balance for that one, so take it nice and slow. Whew. The lighting's not very good. I'm just going to turn everyone around so the lighting gets a bit nicer. There we go. Right. The next one we're going to practice is a stag leap. So first we're going to practice the stag position. If you've been to some of the other classes I've run over the weekend, you might know this stag position because we practiced it in our handstands, but we're going to practice it today in a leap. So the stag position is where one leg's bent and one leg straight. So in a leap, we're going to try, step, bend your front leg and kick the other one straight. So I'll go again, step, bend the front leg, kick the back one straight. Try to do it as slow as you can till you understand it. So step, front one bends, back one kicks straight, and then your feet come together. So step, bend, back one straight, and legs together. And then if you're doing it faster, it should all be in the air like this. Okay, but for now, if you're not understanding it, do it nice and slow. Again, arms should be out to the side when you're doing it. So nice and high if we can, and then legs together. Whew. It's tiring doing all these leaps. Right, if we all got the stag one, we can practice doing some spins now. Oh, the very last leap you could try is a change leg, but that one's quite difficult, so I don't know if we'll run through it today. But in a change leg, basically, one leg swings forward and then it swings back all in one leap. So it should look like that. So if you want to practice that one at home, you can, but I think it's a little bit difficult for us to try now because it might take a very long time for us to learn. So we're going to move on to some spins. So the first one we're going to do is a pivot turn. I'm sure a lot of us will have learnt this, but we might not know what it's called. So for a pivot turn, one foot's going to go right in front of the other. Pretend you're on a nice thin beam and your feet are right in front of the other. You're going to go up onto your tippy toes. Arms are going to come up by your ears, and we're going to turn and then come back down. So you turn without your feet moving. Okay, so you up on your tippy toes and spin and come back down. So you've got to make sure you're spinning the right way, otherwise your feet might get a bit twizzled. Because if I try to spin this way, I can't do it, I'm stuck. But if I go this way, I can go all the way around. Okay, so make sure you're turning the right way, right up onto your tiptoes, arms up and spin. Okay, the next one we're going to try do is a half turn spin with our knee coming up. So we're going to step again like we did in the leaps, and our arms are going to come around the sides. So we're going to step and one arm forwards, other arms behind me if you can see it. We're going to step, one knee's going to come in, we're going to do a half turn, and it's really important that your leg steps out in front of you after this rather than going behind you, because otherwise it won't count. So you step, knee up and step down. So what you're not allowed to do is step and then go behind you like this, because that doesn't count as a full spin. So you need to step, knee comes up, and then you go back down. All of this is done with your bottom foot that's on the floor on your tippy toes, okay? So you can step, knee up on your tippy toes, and then down. All of this is really important that you can hold your balance for all of this, because it's all done pretty much on one leg. So we need to be really good at our balance. And then, if you can do it nice and easy on the floor, get a line. So for my line, I'm just using the edge of my mat, but you can use anything to pretend to be your line. And then we're going to step forwards and we're going to try do it so we land back on the same line. So I'm going to step, spin, and land back on the edge of my mat. Okay, so that's really practicing like you're on a beam, so then when we get back into the gym, you can get that tick straight off. You can do it nice and easy on a beam straight away. So step, spin, and back down. Obviously, the step up from that is to try go all the way round, which is really difficult to get all the way round. For this one, again, you need to really try remember to not step that leg behind you when you finish. So if you're going the whole way round, you can spin, and then you step this foot in front. So if you step that leg behind you or to the side like this, it wouldn't count. You need to step in front for it to be a full spin the whole way round. So we can practice that again. Step up. For these spins, it's really important that you look where you're going. So with your head, you look, and then you try look back for where you're going to land. If you're on a beam, you can try look for where your toes got to land on the beam. Okay? So then it stops you falling off and gets you around a bit quicker. Right. The next thing we're going to practice is some different landings. So these landings are also used on a beam. We did a few of them yesterday in some of my classes if you were with them, but you probably didn't know there were landings for the beams. So you've got 3 landings we normally practice on the beam. You've got your stop landing, which is your lunge shape one, and arms in front. That's called a stop landing. And then you've got your link landing, which is where your feet are together and your arms are up and you're trying to be in a dish shape standing up. So that's where your tummy's sucked in and you're in a hollow shape. So remember, our dish shape on the floor is like this. So we're trying to make that shape standing up. So your arms are up, legs together and tummy sucked in. So that's our link landing. And then the last one we do, which is the one we practiced yesterday, is your square landing. So that's practicing getting your hips square, and that's where we go all the way down to land on one knee. Okay, so we're going to practice the lunge one to start with. We can either practice it, or we're going to do both. We're going to start it with a little baby handstand or a bunny hop handstand. So you're going to start in a lunge shape, arms are going to go here, and you're going to kick up to a baby handstand like this. One leg goes slightly off the floor and then come back to this lunge. Bring your chest back up and arms go by your parallel to your shoulders, so in a straight line here. So baby handstand, come down, and that's it. Okay, you can also try that one if you've got more space and you can do it. You can try it with a cartwheel and try land in this nice position too. But I don't have enough room to do a cartwheel here. So the next one we're going to try is our link position. So again, we're going to do a baby handstand. We're going to come back down and go straight up and try land in this position. It's really important that you bring your whole body up as fast as you can. If you want to do the bunny hop handstand instead, you put your hands down, kick up, and then come all the way back up. Bring your whole body back up. Right, so let's try it with the baby handstand again. So baby handstand up, whole body up and squeezing in. Even your bottom should be squeezed, tummy squeezed, arms squeezed up by your ears. Everything squeezed in. Okay, You can also try that one with a cartwheel, but that one with a cartwheel you need to be trying to get both your feet to land right next to each other, which can be quite difficult. That one can also work quite well with a round off, if that's what you can do. So maybe if you've got space in a garden or a bit more room, you could try do a round off and land in this nice snapped position with your tummy sucked in as your Lynx position. Okay, so the last one we're going to do, and the most fun one I think, is landing on your knees. So you can do this with a baby handstand or a full handstand if you want, but remember we're trying to be it like it's on a beam, so be a bit careful, and then, or a bunny hop. And then for this one, you're going to try come back down and land with one knee in front of the other. So if you start your cartwheel or handstand with this leg in front, and then like in this lunge position, it's going to be this leg in front on your knees as well. So if we try go up to our baby handstand or our bunny hop, we're going to kick up and then come all the way to your knees and arms up by your shoulders. So let's try it again. I'll try do it with the bunny hop so you guys can see that for the bunny hop. You bunny hop up and then down to your knees and really bring your arms all the way up. Right. Try it one more time with the baby handstand. So arms up in a lunge, kick up and down, and arms come straight up. Again, it's really important you've got your tummy squeezed for this, because if you were landing on a beam, you'd need to be all tight so you wouldn't fall. Okay, so again, if you've got a space that you could pretend is a line, or just imagine a line on the floor, try do this on a line now. So try do the knee one, so your knees is landing on the same line as your front foot, and try put your hands on a bit of a line as well. If you don't have any lines, just imagine you're putting your hands right next to each other or thumbs together like this. So if you were on a beam, they would land on it, okay? This again works with a bunny hop. So kick up and all the way down and knee in line with your foot and suck in. Okay, well done everyone. Right, if you find a space to lie down now. Ooh, I'm tired after all of those. So what we're going to do now is a bridge, because we didn't stretch our backs earlier. So we're going to push all the way up into a bridge, and in our bridge we're going to try to see if we can lift one hand off the floor. So remember, in our bridges we lie all the way down, our feet come up by our bottoms, our hands go down by our ears, and we push up. I can't push all the way up because of my wrist, so I'm not going to push up, but you push all the way up. And then if you can, while you're up there, try lift one hand slightly off the floor and go back down, and the other hand slightly off the floor and then go back down. If you can lift it up nice and easy, you can even try tap your shoulders in the bridge, but that's quite difficult, okay? So be careful. But if you can't, just try see if you can lift one hand slightly up and the other hand slightly up, because this is really, really good for building up your shoulder muscles and your arm muscles, okay? Okay, if you can do that, remember in your bridge you need to try push your legs really straight and your arms up all really straight so your head comes off the floor. But once you've tried that, we're going to try lift our legs off the floor. So I can't go up into the bridge, so I'm just going to do it with a back support to show you. So you're going to try lift one leg up and then the other leg up. If you can do that, you can try lift one leg all the way up to go straight and then the other one all the way up to go straight, okay? If you can do that, the next option is lift up straight, jump and switch to the other leg going straight, but that one's hard. If you want to practice this without a bridge because your back's hurting or you don't think you can push all the way up to a bridge and do this, you can do it like me with our back supports here. We can even try to get our legs straight, lift one leg up, lift the other leg up, and then jump and switch. Give one of those a go, guys. Right, if you can do that, the next thing to try do is try lift one leg up, lift the other leg up, then lift one hand up and lift the other hand up. So it's like you've done a full circle of lifting everything up. Again, if you don't want to do it in a bridge, you can do it in a back support. Lift one leg up, lift the other leg up, lift one hand up, lift the other hand up, okay? We can give that a go for me. All right, once we've done that, let's roll in a ball 5 times. 4 and 5. What we're going to do now is do some leg strength work. We're going to try rocking a ball backwards, and then we're going to try stand up without pushing on the floor with our hands. So rock back and stand up and keep your feet together. If you can do that nice and easy, we're going to try rock back and stand up on one foot. I'm not sure I can even do it, but I'll give it a go with you. All right, so we're going to do big rock back and stand up on one leg. That's it. And then try stay on one leg and then come back down. See if you can give that a go. If you can do it on one leg, try do it on the other leg too. Ooh. Ooh. That one is hard. It burns your legs, so be careful. But it's really good for our tummy strength and our leg strength. Right. Once we've given that a go, come into a front support position. Do we all remember front support? Tummy sucked in, bottom squeezed, back in line with your shoulders. And then we're going to see if we can lift up, tap one shoulder, then lift the other hand up and tap the other shoulder. See if you can do that 10 times. So like this. 8, 9, 10. Alright, stay in front support once you've done it. We're going to see if from front support we can walk our legs all the way up to be near our hands. And then see if you can walk them all the way back down. You're trying to keep your legs straight the whole time. So walk them up and walk them back down. Alright, and then come down. And we're just going to quickly circle our arms backwards. And circle your other arm backwards. And circle one arm forwards. And the other arm forwards. And you're going to see if you can do one arm forwards, one arm backwards, and come back and meet at the top. Alright. I think that's all we've got time for today, everyone. I hope you really enjoyed it. Remember, there's a session at 1 p.m. tomorrow, which is on acro moves, and then there's one on Wednesday that's on forwards and backwards rolls.